Technology. See, what we see today is just the taking off of it. It's still coming. Technology is going to replace human beings. Unless you know how to program a computer or how to fix one, you're going to be in trouble in that area. In our industry, the industry has changed. Studios going out of business every day in Hollywood because technology has taken it from the big studio to a little space. Something new is happening in the 80s, just for you, but you can't get lazy. All you do is just make up your mind that you're going to do something. The key to life is your attitude. Make sure you're doing what you want to do. You know how many people go to college for 4 or 5 years and get out and never do or use what they went to college for? Wasting time. Your goals can unfold right before your eyes, but you got to have certain priorities in order. The key to life, another key to life is education. Don't forget it, because if you do, you will regret it. That's anyone that don't understand how to do something, how to earn a living, how to make some money. It's a warning. I have 7 children of my own. It was a warning to them. No one can escape what is getting ready to come upon us. We're not enough involved in the decisions that's made for this country. The people of this country really don't know what's going on. They're being told certain things, we're being told this. But when you really stop and take inventory and observe what is taking place, there's a movement going down in America. It's called moving people from one position to another. And it's not a fast movement. It's going to take time. But one day we're going to look around like 1986, 1987, 88. They're going to say, well, where did all this go? Well, where did all of that go? Oh, the new computer's doing it now. Oh, the computers are doing it now. Well, what are you doing with the computers? Well, I don't know nothing about that. Our educational systems tell the young people the technology age is coming, but there's a lot of black schools, minority schools, Hispanic schools that never seen a computer. And that's one of the dangerous things, most dangerous things America can do, is to not arm the young people. We're going to have an illiterate country, man, if we're not careful. We're going to have a country of people that don't care.
So I want to speak on the time where I went to California and I was able to see artificial intelligence for the first time, right? So I ended up going to California to attend my JUCO school for football with my boy Armani. We were attempting to visit all the schools in California to feel and see all during my time, just to see the best fit for me and him. You know what I'm saying? We landed in San Francisco where his family had property. We end up in Silicon Valley. Now, I'm a country boy from Fort Myers, Florida. I was just grateful to see a new world. I didn't know the magnitude of what was about to happen or where I was, right? Now I look at it and, I think that is, when I first saw that car, that autonomous car, and the car was moving down the road next to other cars, there was nobody in it. And it had cameras around it from every angle, around the tires and the back part and the front part, and you know what I'm saying. It was monitoring everything, right? And so I believe that this was a part of the machine learning. This was a part of the machine learning, just riding around town all day, making stops, making turns, making signals, watching other car gestures. This was amazing. This was amazing, man. And it brought me to the point where when football didn't work out, the next best thing to do in my life was to go to school for coding, was to start learning how to build a simple website from scratch or a simple app from scratch, and being able to manifest any idea that I come up with, right? Back in 2018, when I went to school for web development, coding HTML and CSS with other languages I could never grasp. Basically, this is the skin and bones of a website or app. During my time in school, my professor always preached that everyday life will be replaced by machine, superhuman intelligence. Let's talk about it. Okay, so based off what I've been learning, man, it's just going to be a whole different world pretty soon. It's already happening. It's not that it's coming, it's already here. A few things that are going to be replaced for sure are factory workers, manual labor jobs, doctors, lawyers, accountants, firefighters, police, and communication. Just imagine doctors being replaced, you know what I'm saying, with machines that are able to pick up, when a stroke is about to happen, or when a heart attack is about to happen, or, you know what I'm saying, literally just because they've fed so many cases to the machine that the machine can now pick up on patterns, right? And make calculated decisions that humans couldn't. Same thing with firefighters. Eventually, they're going to be, robots going in the building, and we're going to be able to get a 4K view of what's happening in a burning building. Police officers going to be regulated a lot more just with, of surveillance that can, give facial features. If you have a criminal background and you're already in the system, then based off surveillance and face recognition, it's just about to get a whole lot weirder when it comes down to solving cases. This already has been taken off as far as people replacing accountants with AI, and last but not least, communication. Being able to outsource your company's customer service was nothing. They talked about this in the 4-hour work week. Basically, just giving your work off to another contractor, and letting them control your customer service or whatever aspect. Pretty soon here, though, companies are going to replace employees with AI that run 24/7 with no excuses. Right? They're not gonna call in sick. They're not gonna call in and say they had a hangover last night. No, the robot's gonna be there. They're gonna perform 24/7. Now, in our everyday life, um, people don't even realize the power of what's going on, and it's arrived. I mean, it was signs in the 80s, there was signs in the 90s, but now it's here, right? Many countries have already shifted towards the AI way of life. China plans on being the main leader by 2030. Data is the new gold, right? Land used to be the thing, but now data is the thing. You know what I'm saying? I recently learned about the story around how Chinese used candlesticks to um, keep up with their data.
Their success rate was much, much higher than the success rates of the traders not utilizing their techniques. As any trader will tell you, if there's something that works, we all want to know about it. So what happened is the Japanese became very successful in our markets. Many people began to search out what techniques they were using that gave them an edge or an advantage. And that really was the moment or the pivot point in which they became very popular. What had happened is I did a little bit of research, and I saw that not only were they able to visually show you price movement over time in a much more three-dimensional way, but that was only the tip of the iceberg. The 90% underneath was the fact that they had recognized that there were patterns that could define reversal or pivot points in a market. The best way to put it is that candlestick patterns are a mathematical formula which illustrates the psychological market sentiment. In other words, as a market reverses or as a market is moving in an uptrend, there are certain traits that can be distilled in terms of mathematical formulas that will reveal some very, very important information.
This collecting of data was able to be used in trillion-dollar markets to make calculated decisions. By implementing a machine in the equation, this eliminates flourish and allows the AI to learn patterns, thus giving stronger and smarter decisions, and it builds up and it grows stronger, like a snowball effect. Um, and a few things that I learned was that China has already created a smart city, basically tracking hospital beds, tracking doctors, tracking gas, tracking uh, kids attending schools, people currently at work, people currently in public, um, everything. They track everything. Everything is built off data, and they call that city a smart city. They even track the water. They're on a whole nother level. By 2030, I believe that China will definitely be on a whole nother level. They already are, but who's to say that they won't get any bigger, man? So I wanted to talk about a little bit about AI. I wanted to talk about the fact that things are changing. This isn't Terminator. You know what I'm saying? We not having a Terminator moment. This is a moment for us to really start buckling down on developing the skill set, because the self checkouts are already here. The factory workers are already being replaced by arms, right? Instead of separating, millions of products in the Amazon warehouse, they're going to start implementing arms, AI arms, and these arms are going to be able to um, separate products. You know what I'm saying? Different sizes. They're going to be able to grab it and separate it, and it's going to work 24/7, and it's not going to call off. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys tapping in to learn a little bit more about artificial intelligence. I would say that the best thing we can do right now is to just go start learning it, start implementing it in our lives, and just stay educated on it, because it's already here. It's not that it's coming; it's already here. That's why gas is up so much. They want us to invest in these smart electric cars. And yeah, man, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys like that video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I appreciate you.